Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of Wizardry and Daphne, and today we're going to be talking about Arna's personal request that unlocks the best Ebon Steel farm location in the game. The Separation Cave is a great place to farm Ebon Steel junk piles due to its high chest drop rate and the quality of equipment that is available to you from the junk piles. Before I get into that, we'll be discussing how to unlock this request, how to complete it, and then we'll go a little more in depth about the equipment found and even the hidden boss battle in the cave. Really quick, here are the map layouts before we get started. To unlock the Cave of Separation, you must first reach the chapter Secret Path Keeper Vanquished of the Third Abyss. Once it's unlocked, you need to go to the Lucnalia Guild Hall, go through the dialogue, and accept the request on the request board. Once accepted, go to the outskirts in the capital of Lucnalia and get to the Cave of Separation. Once you go in, you'll need to look for the missing person in one of these three spots on floor 1. After finding him, you'll need to take him with you and find another survivor on the second floor in these three other locations. Then finally, you'll need to find the last survivor on floor 3. After finding him, you'll have discovered a terrible plot twist and fight the last survivor. This ending will result in completing the request, but you won't be able to fight the hidden boss of this area. To do that, you'll need to use the cursed wheel to reset the request and do a couple of things differently. You'll need to go back into the cave, ambush the first survivor, and complete the rest of the request as normal. Once you reach the final survivor, you'll be thrown into a battle with a vampire, and this vampire will spawn a weaker vampire at the start of the fight. To win this fight, you want to take care of the weaker vampire that was called in and then focus on the original vampire afterwards. A good team composition with 3 fighters in the front with 2-handed weapons, then a priest, a thief, and an additional fighter in the back will do just fine. This team composition isn't mandatory as many players have won this fight with different team comps, but it is an example of a team comp that can work. After this fight, you'll have saved the final survivor and have grabbed a key. Complete the request as usual, then go back to the 3rd floor of the Cave of Separation and go to the door that was previously locked. This door immediately leads to a hidden super boss of the cave. It is a greater demon that spawns multiple succubi to help it. The greater demon is very strong and can attack twice per turn. It has various spells in its arsenal like Mazellos and a spell that can inflict confusion on your entire team, as well as powerful physical attacks that can even hit multiple characters as well. The best way to defeat this enemy is by gathering the helmet and gauntlet of separation as well as the heat haze boots from the Sand Shadow Cave to help resist against the confusion elements that the demon can inflict. Anti-demon weapons will also help inflict a lot of damage to the boss. The light elemental gear will help against the dark type spells that the enemies use, and the demon resistance gear will help decrease the overall damage you take from the greater demon. Unfortunately, the race-resistant gear does not stack due to a bug, so only one demon-resistant gear is viable for the fight, as any more wouldn't result in any more demon resistance. With all of the right gear and a good team comp at your disposal, you will be able to defeat the sealed demon and reap the rewards from such a strong foe. Speaking of rewards, the Cave of Separation has a very good amount of loot to be found there. It has various money items and junk piles that can only drop Ebon Steel tier equipment, on top of having a great chest drop rate, making this the best Ebon Steel equipment farm in the game. The junk piles drop normal Ebon Steel gear on top of light elemental gear, demon resistant gear, demon slayer gear, and the cave specific gear that are the Cave of Separation helm and gauntlets, making this cave the best place to farm for gear to use against the sealed greater demon. The sealed demon drops a special piece of gear that has a chance to be a 5-star piece of gear that can also have all 4 blessing slots unlocked, making the stats that the piece decreases easily overlooked if you obtained a good roll. Finally, when it comes to completing the request that led you to this cave, you will obtain a sword known as the Sword of Promise. This sword's stats functions the same way as the Horned Eagle sword does. It's always 3-star and will always have 2 random blessings on it. However, this sword is not only Ebon Steel tier, but it also has armor penetration instead of the magical Beast Slayer passive. Back before the current 2-handed weapon meta, This sword was one of the best weapons in the game at the time. However, due to the change in meta, and the introduction in silver quality weapons, this sword has seen quite a fall off, making this weapon only truly viable at later states in the game when you can't find a good silver tier alternative. This sword is rewarded to you even if you get the bad ending of the request. So if you're looking to farm this sword, you can do the quickest route, reset the request using the cursed wheel, and then rinse and repeat. And that should be all you need to know for the Cave of Separation. This dungeon is great for farming Ebon Steel tier gear and can even serve well for the special gear from the Greater Demon. Either way, I hope this video helped you unlock and prepare for the greatest farming location for the Third Abyss. And really quickly, I'd like to thank all of my channel members for their support. These people are amazing as they make it a little easier for me to give information like this out to you guys. If you'd like to support me like these fantastic people, you can do so for just $1 a month, and you'll even be given access to unique emotes that you can put in your comments or spam in my stream chat. Also, if you sub to the second tier memberships for $3 a month, you'll be given the benefits of the previous tier, on top of being given access to the thumbnail art from my character review videos as wallpapers. Alright, that's enough self-promo. I hope you all have a good one, and I also hope to see you all in the next video.